1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got it now.
You hear it? Hello.
Welcome in, everyone. Knock, knock, Mr. Palvoline. We are here to answer the door for you at 3 p.m. Tuesdays, Fox 10 Talks.
Thanks for joining us.
You have been waiting for this, as have we, because as we know, this is the number one digital stream show in America.
Are we going to get a slogan or something to put on this lovely green screen that says that?
America's most watched streaming show.
Are you peeing out right now?
Am I? Is my shirt? I'm not wearing any green. I want that for the record. I didn't make that mistake.
You're strobing a tad.
I'm strobing.
It's fine.
On the screen right there. I look great. What am I catching everyone's attention? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, we like that. It's been a couple weeks since I've been here.
It has been. It's so wonderful to see you again.
No, it's good to see you too. It's been a while.
It has been a little while. And I have to be honest with you, I have been cheating on you a little bit. I have been filling in on basically every other Fox 10
Yeah, you're making
show.
the rounds, man.
And I want you to know, I have picked a fight with every single one of those hours that this is the top show.
Of course you have.
Yes.
And what's the feedback?
The feedback is annoyance, mostly.
I'm not surprised.
Like, not even laughter or joy,
Steve,
just annoyance.
Stop. Yeah, I could see that. I could see it.
I'm a little brother. It just comes naturally.
Are you?
to
How
me.
many siblings?
2 siblings.
Me too, but I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
Yeah,
See, I
that's
got
fine.
oldest vibes out of you.
Really?
Yes, because you're fun, but you are someone that I would rely on in an emergency.
Oh, I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you are CPR certified.
I am. We've talked about this.
Yes. I would rely, something's going on, and say, what do we do, Christina? No one would go, Steve, what do we do? And if they have made that determination, there's a big problem going on
So
with the
only
leadership.
if you're dying can you rely on me. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear the air. All right.
I started that as a compliment. I swear. I don't know what happened.
Hey, we have a lot coming up on the show, by the way. Yes, later on, we're going to talk about this new study that shows that peanut allergies in children are way down.
That's wonderful.
Which is incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's amazing. Based on guidance that was issued or reevaluated, I should say, like 10 years ago. And so now clearly it's working. Something's happening.
Yeah, peanut allergies are kind of fascinating, how you introduce those to kids and all of that. We messed up royally on how you're supposed to do all of that.
Did you really? How do you...
We'll get into that a little bit later in the peanut allergy
Sounds
conversation.
Good. I'm about to go through it, so it's very timely.
Yeah, how far out are you?
I mean, he's 6 months.
When are you supposed to
end
do
of
it?
this month. So, well,
Is it
according to
6
that
months?
study, they're saying like start at 4 months. So I
4 months?
I missed the boat because
I didn't even know you're supposed to do any food at 4 months.
Well, that's according to my pediatrician. You're not. She said 6 months. I think it differs based on who your doctor is and what they think.
Oh, that's interesting.
How advanced your baby? Who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk about it.
Interesting.
Later on the show
I can't
for
wait to
sure.
talk about that. Yeah, we're going to have a doctor in to talk about that with us. We first want to start off. This is actually the story I've been working on the last 2 days here.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. So I went to ASU on Monday morning to go interview Dr. Michael Crow.
Right.
Interviewing him for ASU All Access. Love that show. It's a way to sort of, it focuses a lot on the athletics, everything that's going on with the football team, basketball team, all of that. At the same time, there's moments in that show to really talk about all the things that happen at ASU that we don't know about, the research, all of those things that are just incredible at that university. Like, one of the things I've learned as I'm such a space geek and all of that is so much of the Perseverance rover that's on Mars is actually controlled at ASU. The mast cam,
It's a big deal.
they control here. So like those are the kinds of things that come from those federal research dollars that they're able to do there. So as I'm going to sit down with him, it comes out that ASU is now one of the schools that the White House has contacted for this educational compact that they've been working on. This agreement that they want. Originally it was 9 universities. They've added a few more to it, including ASU.
Yes.
That they want them to agree on all of these different points, 10 different points you can go through it all. They all have their sort of different reactions that I think you would get from the general public. One that I think you'll get a lot of positivity from the public is a 5-year tuition freeze. That's what they want. I think a lot of people would be happy about that.
Yeah, that's one.
And then there's other things about admissions and international student enrollment, things like that. So it would take away the autonomy of a lot of these schools to be able to set certain policies. But in exchange, they would get preferential treatment on future grant money.
Federal funding, yes,
so it's a
which
carrot
is huge.
and a stick.
Which
huge,
is
huge. ASU got $365 million in federal grants last year.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That's a big deal for so many things. So I want to talk about the politics of this because it was an interesting conversation I had with Dr. Crow. Sure. So I want to bring in right now Stan Barnes, political analyst. He's joining us over Zoom right now.
Hey, Stan, how are you?
How's it going?
Oh,
I'm doing great.
There we go. We got you.
So first off, I just got to say, what's your reaction? What's going on? I feel like higher education, the Trump administration has had a very tough relationship over the last year.
Yeah, a lot has been going on. It's the powerful hand of Donald Trump reaching down to the university level. He's not content with the Congress or the states or even the counties or the cities. Now we're talking about the universities. And it's a really interesting phenomenon when the history books are written, what Donald Trump will do and when he does it. I mean, I don't know when the man sleeps and he thinks about these kinds of things.
Yeah.
His staff around him thinks about these kinds of things. And so I think it's a completely fascinating political science experiment about what a president of the United States can get away with in the way of the carrot and the stick, and why in the world he would want to expend so much political energy trying to influence this particular thing. I think we're all going to find out, but it is really a fascinating thing.
Yeah, I think we should talk about a little bit what the compact entails, like what this document lists out, these operating principles and what it says. So essentially getting rid of DEI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Banning any transgender students from using restrooms or playing sports that align with their gender identities. Schools would also limit international student enrollment, would not be allowed to hire employees based on DEI. So, I mean, this is a big deal. I mean, the University of Arizona, they were kind of quick, right, to come out and say, nope, we're not doing this. But there's a lot at stake. We just talked about the money. I mean, that's a big deal. It goes a long way. And they were already saying, nope, we're going to stick to our guns on this and we're not going to do it.
Well, and the point is, and Christina, you're right on it without saying it directly, is this is Donald Trump and this is the University of Arizona. And what happens when the University of Arizona is perceived to give in to Donald Trump? The politics of that are really sideways. I'm sure that the governor of Arizona is not happy, and the governor sits on the Board of Regents, which is the governing body of the universities. And so get high up on it. It is indeed about some of the things you talked about, but at its headline level, which is its impact in the political square, it is does U of A or Arizona State cooperate with this president on his agenda and be perceived to cut against the freedom of academia, or do they cooperate and receive benefits from that? The politics itself is bigger than the very issue that we're talking about.
That's such a good point. I love that you said that, because, and with that, what we heard from the U of A president in his statement here was he didn't, although they declined this, they actually sent a response of some of their ideas, and they were actually fairly positive about the whole thing too, saying, that academic and freedom and merit-based research funding must be preserved, but they go on to say that a number of proposed federal recommendations deserve thoughtful consideration, as our national higher education system could benefit from reforms that have been much too slow to develop. So basically saying some of this could actually be really good. We're not going to sign on to this, but it could actually be good. Stan, if you don't mind, can we listen in on Dr. Michael Crow? I sit down with him yesterday. This is just a 30-second soundbite here. I want you to listen in and give me your reaction to it.
You bet.
Well, we're kind of right in the middle of the conversations. I was in the meeting on Friday that the White House called, and it was a virtual meeting. What I'm focused on is how do we help the nation to achieve the goals that President Trump has outlined for us, which is to have an economy in which everybody's winning, to have an economy in which all boats can be floated, to have an economy which is the best, the most technologically advanced, the most successful. How do we make that happen? The universities are central to that. So I'm in there arguing about how to do that.
What I thought was so interesting about that, Stan, is he does both there. He talks about achieving the goals of Mr. Trump and going through all of like these, great goals. Everyone wants the economy to do great, all these things, right? And then at the end, though, he says he's in there arguing about how to do that right there, which I thought was an interesting word choice. These presidents are having to really thread a needle, it seems like, politically.
No, you're right on point. A thread and needle is what they're doing. They're serving multiple political masters, as I said, the Democratic governor, the Republican president, and their own ego. And no one's ever asked Michael Crow to do this. And Michael Crow is a very smart and experienced man who knows his university. No president, no governor has asked Michael Crow to do this. And so it is so much about the university's own self-identity. Again, you can't overstate it. Each university knows that if they signed on with Trump on this, that they would face a severe grassroots backlash. It would awaken a different kind of politic. And the universities are most subject to worrying about the center left or the left side of the political spectrum. That part of the electorate would be very upset at U of A or ASU if they go along with it. Flip it around, and the pro-Trump part of the electorate is not quite as engaged in this kind of discussion. And so I think they're going to seek the political neutral path, whatever they can do it, but won't sign the document because it would just ignite some fire they don't want to put up with.
Interesting.
That is an interesting point. I think you hit it there.
Yeah. Stan Barnes, political analyst, always interesting insight. Really appreciate you joining us and talking to us about this today.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks. Yeah, good to see all you. See
we'll
you
see
again.
you later.
Adios.
It's tough for these presidents to figure all this out.
It is.
It's almost as tough as it is for parents to try to thread the needle on when to introduce peanut butter to their kids.
Nice transition. No, that is a fact. I am one of those parents. It scares the life out of me.
So you get to talk to an actual doctor about this
I'm
as part of your job to get some answers on this. We're going to get those answers for you and all this in just a second. And I'll share my own adventures in introducing peanut butter to the kids too. Which
exciting. All right. That's coming up next.
We'll be back.
Stay with us. All right, welcome back.
To
We
America's
Talks at
number one streamed newscast.
Well, that's what you say. I mean, I don't have the cred to back that up. But
we can just say it, I think. I don't think anyone has to prove us on it.
All right, fine.
I don't know.
We are going to get into a very important topic here. Food allergies.
Yes.
Peanuts.
So
it's a big deal.
We really struggled with introducing peanut butter to the kids.
When did you do it?
No clue. With our oldest, Cormac, I don't remember when we did it, but I remember it being like, this is so classic, like first, second, third kid.
Yeah.
I remember us being like, we're both there, we're present, we're figuring it out. I'm sure we made sure there was Benadryl there just in case, kind of a thing, and everything went fine. Second one, I have zero memory of it, which I feel like is so classic for a middle child. I'm so sorry, Campbell. I love you dearly.
Well, it went well.
It went well.
That means.
I have zero memory.
That means,
I mean,
yeah.
she may never have had peanut butter. I have no idea. And then our third one, and this is also classic for kids. I made her a peanut butter sandwich that I cut up into little like slices or whatnot. She's eating the peanut butter sandwich a couple weeks ago, and my wife comes home and goes, "Is that a sun butter sandwich?" And I was like, "No, it's peanut butter." And she goes, "Oh, we haven't introduced peanut butter yet." And I was like, "Oh,
here we go."
Huh. Okay, I guess that was how it, like, I didn't even know we hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a conversation at that point. And poor Nettie, she's so sweet. And just...
How old is she again?
She's now almost 1.5.
Okay.
And I've been giving her peanut butter for months, unwittingly.
And she's all good.
I just assumed she had peanut butter before.
And she's good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, can I really quickly, I'm stressed about this, if you couldn't tell. My baby's 6 months, end of this month, and we haven't introduced solids yet. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the allergens are coming, and this is one of my biggest fear. Next to choking. That is another thing.
Yeah, if you don't have kids, I don't think you know how stressful that first introduction to food can
Seriously.
be. Like, you just don't know what they can handle.
Yes.
They don't have teeth, so they're just mashing on the gums.
Yes,
You're like,
and
is this
gagging
too hard?
or
yeah. It's a little wonky of an experience.
Yeah. Okay. So we bring this up because there's a new study out published in the journal Pediatrics. It shows this significant drop in childhood allergens to peanuts following the publication of new early introduction guidelines. So about 10 years ago, they kind of reevaluated things and said, maybe you should introduce peanuts younger. Maybe they were even saying, I think 4 months or so, 4 to 6 months for babies. Clearly, this is having an impact because it's dropped 43% peanut allergies.
43?
In the children that they've studied, 40,000 children that they studied that adhered to these
that's
guidelines.
A massive sample size.
So this is a big deal. And we're going to talk with the doctor right now, Dr. Jennifer Hill. She's a local board certified allergist and clinical immunologist. And clearly she knows more about this than we do. So we want to talk to her about this very thing. Do we have Jennifer? Dr. Hill? Okay, perfect. Jennifer, can you hear us? No, I don't think we do. Okay, well, I'm going to go into my story then.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, I'm scarred by this. When I was in high school, I was in band, okay, marching band.
Was this how you were introduced to peanut butter in high school?
Just listen.
Okay.
We're going on a band trip.
What'd you play?
I was in percussion in the pit.
Cool.
So keyboards and things like that. So one of my friends, I knew she had a peanut allergy. Okay, this is high school. She sits next to me on the bus, and I just wasn't thinking about it at all. I brought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with me.
Oh, no.
We're sitting on the bus. We haven't left the parking lot yet. I can picture it. I take out my sandwich. I take a bite, and she's sitting next to me. She goes, "Is that peanut butter and jelly?" And I instantly realized, oh my God, yes. Yes, it is.
So she's super allergic, like airborne allergic.
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay.
She runs off the bus. They call in like medical professionals to help her. I mean, she did not go into anaphylaxis or anything like that.
Oh my goodness.
But that is something you do not forget. I felt so horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real fear. Peanut allergies are a real
And for someone
big
with
deal.
it, I mean, obviously you are a good friend of hers and all of that, but like it can be anyone at any given moment whips out a bag of peanuts and starts eating peanuts. And if you're that allergic where it's like an airborne allergy, very serious. And it can happen at any given moment.
It can. I mean, I know my kids' daycare is nut free. Like they're still taking preventative measures, even though the allergies are way down. They're saying. I mean, is it the same for you?
It is. I don't think about it, but now that you're saying that, I do make. I know, I do make sun butter sandwiches.
You do,
which my kids love. Have you had sun butter before?
What is sun butter?
It's peanut butter made with sunflower seeds.
Oh.
I cannot stand the stuff, but my kids are obsessed with it. My wife prefers it over peanut butter, which I think is out of this world. I think peanut butter is pure magic.
I know.
It's just a pile of magic.
I can eat it out of the jar.
Yes. Favorite peanut butter brand? It's Peter Pan, right?
I don't discriminate. Them.
They're very different.
I think we have Dr. Hill with us now. Dr. Hill, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry about the technical issues there for a moment. But can you just talk about this? So do you see peds patients coming in with nut allergies, peanuts specifically, and has that gone down over the course of your clinical practice?
Well, I have to say, looking at allergy specifically are just on.
Oh, boy.
Nope.
Get a little glitchy response here.
I'm so sorry, Dr. Hill.
Digitized going in and out.
We can't make it out.
So we got on the board there, we got Jiffy. We got some of the organics there. See, that looks like a good sandwich to me right there. Can we see, is it possible, can we just see if Dr. Hill can just literally call us on the phone?
Yeah, we
can
literally call her.
Yeah, we can just call
here.
her on our phone and just put it on speaker. We can really jerry rig this in a pretty cool
We've done
way.
it before.
We've got duct tape in the back. I think that'll help. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Sounds good. We'll do a phone her that way to be able to talk to her.
Yeah.
Because it is a very interesting conversation with her about what she's seeing at her practice. Because you see, the stats out there of 40,000, but then anecdotally, what are they actually seeing?
Exactly. And she's local, so I am curious to know that.
Yeah.
But also, how do you properly introduce? Because if they're saying 4 to 6 months, you can start introducing. Have you heard of parents that are so nervous about this, they will go to the ER and park in the parking lot and do it there? I am not above that. I'm not.
Christina.
I know, but this is
Come on.
these are the things that go through my head, like worst case scenarios. I mean, it's I don't even know what.
You're an oldest. You're prepared for what can go wrong.
We'll call it that.
And I'm the youngest, and it doesn't matter. We'll all be okay. Rub some dirt on it.
That's a better way to be, I think.
I don't know. Because sometimes you can't rub dirt on it. It's not okay. But so better. I do think that there's a balance there. Yeah. I don't think you need to go to the ER, but then, if something goes wrong, you wish you're at the ER, right? So then I'm a terrible guy. So I'm not going to give you any advice on that. But are they saying that it's the lifelong allergies have decreased, or is it the upfront when you introduce it at like 5-6 months, there's just less of a chance of having a reaction?
No, I think it's the lifelong allergy. Like if you are more likely to introduce this but in that early phase of life, later on down the line, they build up, their body doesn't fight it.
Yeah.
So then they're good to go.
Okay. This is awesome.
Hold her up to the mic.
This is awesome.
There we go.
Doctor, thank you so much. I want to give you the visual of what we're doing is we are currently holding up the cell phone to the microphone to talk to you right now. This is pretty awesome.
That's perseverance for this interview, for sure.
It sounds great. It really does. Okay, so I want to ask you, when do you recommend...
Yeah, you got to get
When do you recommend introducing peanuts to infants?
So... Great question. We routinely recommend introduction to peanut and other food allergens to infants when the infant is developmentally and appropriate for introducing solid foods. And this tends to be between the ages of 4 and 6 months old.
Okay.
So 4 or 6 months old, I mean, if it's at 4 months, is that then the first food they'd be introduced to?
Yeah, and how do you do that? Are you mixing it with breast milk formula?
Yeah, these are great questions. So I typically recommend my patients, their parents, to start introducing very common foods such as oatmeal, rice cereal, cream of wheat, those things that the infant is likely to tolerate. And once they can demonstrate that they are developmentally ready for eating those foods, meaning they're able to sit up with assistance, they have good head and neck support, they're no longer thrusting that food out of their mouth with their tongue, then you can go ahead and just thin some peanut butter and include it inside of that cereal preparation. You can use peanut powders as well. You can use peanut puffs and soak those in waters and make a little bit of puree with that. So there's a lot of different options using just regular grocery store foods to introduce into these patients' diet.
Tina just a few seconds ago was asking if she should do this at the emergency room. Do you recommend that?
I do not recommend doing it at the emergency room. So we have some pretty good data suggesting that patients tolerate this really well at home. So for the majority of infants, it's safe and recommended to go ahead and introduce these foods into their diet at home. Now, there are some special cases in children who are at very high risk for food allergy. Sometimes these are infants that have very severe eczema, who may also have another food allergy. And in that instance, I recommend that you consult with your local allergist. They may recommend introducing in the office under supervision, or in some special cases, skin testing prior to introduction.
Oh, can I ask, so you just said if they have eczema, they've got a better chance of having a food allergy?
Yes. So we know that infants that have severe eczema definitely have a higher rate of food allergy. It's not so much that that the food allergy is causing eczema, but it's just the opposite. These children have more food allergy because of the eczema.
Got it.
We got lucky.
You're grinning. Do your kids have eczema?
Yeah. So
interesting. Before we go, Dr. Hill, for people that are watching right now, what are signs to look for if the child is being introduced to peanut butter and they are allergic?
So the good news is typically these early reactions in infants tend not to be severe, even in those children that do go on to have food allergy. But you may see local cutaneous symptoms such as hives. A very common symptom in children is vomiting. Usually they're not severe reactions though. And one caution I do have to families as well, particularly those families that have children that have eczema, is that you want to take care to not mistake a local irritation around the mouth for a true allergy and then stop introducing the food. So if you have question of an allergy to a food in your infant, make that appointment with the allergist, get an appropriate evaluation, because we really have a small opportunity to get these foods into the diet in some of these patients before.
All right.
That was awesome.
That was great.
That was great because that was the power of rolling with the punches.
That's how
that
we
was
do
great.
It here.
You know,
Yes.
there's live streaming. I was going to say live television, but we're not on television. We're streaming right now. You know, you got to have some fun with it. And I think we did a great job of sharing our peanut butter stories.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
So I've got some family members that I would say, I don't think they parked outside of the emergency room to do it, but like it was a much bigger deal in their house than it was in our house. Like it was I knew the day they were going to do the peanut butter.
Well, this is my
taste
first baby,
test.
so of course I am, you know.
And by number 3, you'll just give up. You just stop. They raise themselves.
You know, my baby sister is better for it. I will tell you that. Yeah.
I watched a really great video recently of someone talking about the difference between families of 1 kid, 2 kids, and 3 kids. And it was like, three kid families are great because they'll just cancel plans on you without even caring on a second's notice.
I saw a recent study that the middle child thing is going away because most families are having 2 kids now.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
So you're saying poor Campbell's the middle child?
Middle children.
She'll be one of the few.
I mean, yeah, one of the last ones.
She's going to try to start dating later in life and just be like, are there any other middle kids out here? No.
Crazy. Isn't that wild?
You're right, though. There's very few 3 children family out there.
It's hard. It's expensive.
Mm-hmm. I bet there's more in Arizona and this part of the country than others, though. I feel like there's a little bit more out here. At least I got a lot of friends with a ton of kids.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people definitely, like my family, they look at me like, 3? 3? What happened?
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
3's a lot.
I would have 1 million kids if I could. It's the best. Oh my gosh. That was so sinister. Whoa. All right. Cool. He's like, check in with me in a year or
I've lost all mental stability thanks to my children, and I love them for it dearly. Speaking of, happy birthday today, right?
Yes, George, my stepson, he turns 8 today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
and my
so
dad's
cool.
birthday too. How cool is that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
They both have birthdays today.
Oh, well, birthday buds. Are they going to like hang out because of
well,
that?
Well, they're 3,000 miles apart, so probably not, and several decades apart. Happy birthday to both of them. Yeah.
Happy birthday to both of them. This was fun. So happy to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
It's great to have you back. And we have to do this thing now.
Do your thing. Who are you talking to today? Who are you bothering today?
Who am I going to bother today? Who
it's
are my
not
victims? It's not you. I did victimize you last time though, because you were just standing in the newsroom. I had to come talk to you.
I know, that was quite fun. I cleared out my earpiece.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
It's working perfectly now.
Well, that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
See, this is what you miss if you don't watch the newsroom tour every week. You may not know what we're talking about right now. So let's switch over. This is always my favorite time, is the switch.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You go by.
Excuse me. I'm gonna peace out.
You go by.
All right, bye.
And now we've switched to Mark's camera. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the newsroom tour. We're going to do it now. All right. I'm still plugged in over here. Let's get going on this whole thing. We got Mark Johnson behind the camera today on the newsroom tour. Hello, Isabella. How are you?
Good.
And Mark, this is his first time doing the newsroom tour with us. So this will be fun. This is like an initiation that we got going on right now. Mark has taken the strategy that I would say half the photographers have taken, which is that he has devised this system to ensure that he's walking forward and I'm walking backwards, which highlights the bald spot right here. I appreciate and I respect the strategy. It's a good move because, Mark, you're about to walk into a chair. Well done. Well done. That was smooth. Because you got to be smart about this as you're doing that walk. If you're walking backwards, you're at risk right there. So, did you just run into a chair? Are you okay? You good? Okay, we got the thumbs up from Mark right there. Thank you, Isabella. Appreciate it. All right, let's enter into the newsroom. This is always my favorite moment, this initial walk into the building, because as we walk in, everyone hears my voice being much louder and projecting than their voices are right now, and they suddenly realize they're being streamed live, and then everyone tries diligently to keep their eyes on their screen as I'm going through looking at guinea pigs to talk to right now. Everyone trying very hard not to smile and pretend that I'm not looking at them. Hello, John Little. I see you. I see you, John. Oh, are we stopping to do the slow zoom in on John right now? All right, let's keep going, Mark. Let's keep going. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. That'll teach you for having fun with us. All right, let's go back here into the sports office. Hello, television's Brian Kay. This is drone pilot Brian Kay right now as he walks by hurriedly, getting stuff. What's going on, Richard Sines?
How's it going, man?
It's going good. We're just kind of walking around doing the newsroom tour, having some fun. What are you working on right now?
Well, we got the big case with Judge Judy right now. They're talking about, you know, the rent wasn't paid and stuff, so she's really getting on their case. You got to love Judge Judy.
I remember my very first news internship at a local TV station, and I walked into the newsroom, and everyone had a TV on their desk, and I thought, what is this magical place where you just get to watch TV for a living?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you
imagine getting paid to talk about sports for a living?
I know.
It beats working for a living.
Do you just sit and watch Judge Judy?
Well, I have it on Fox 10. I'm a local Fox 10 viewer. That's on our channel. So I like when people get smart with her and then she gets on their case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is not going to work out well. And, you know, Jim Harbaugh talked about Judge Judy one time. He said, the NFL is like being on Judge Judy. If you're not prepared, you will get exposed. And I thought that was great. And then about a month later, I saw my dad loves Judge Judy. I was visiting my dad in Texas. We were watching Judge Judy. I look in the crowd. Harbaugh was in the crowd, him and his dad. She
on a Judge Judy episode?
She heard about the comment and invited him on the show. It was pretty funny.
Is this how we get invited onto Judge Judy?
Maybe. I don't know. I would love to be on that show.
Judge, we love you. Yeah. We think you're fantastic. We would 100%. We would be great. Give me like your reaction face to when Judge Judy's like giving it to somebody.
Get her, Judge Judy, get her. Yeah.
Come on, that's good right there. Yeah. We got to get that.
I saw somebody that had a tattoo that said only Judy can judge me. For real. It was great. I was like, that girl loves Judge Judy.
Yeah, that's good.
But we also love the Sun Devils. We were talking about the Sun Devils earlier.
Amazing.
Boy, what a win for them last weekend, huh?
You know, I was so dead set that there was just no way this was a bad tackling team. It had to have been, you know, finding out last minute Sam Levitt couldn't play, pouring rain, cold weather. You know, some kids from Arizona and Texas, they're not going to handle those conditions.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You got to remember, right, these are student athletes, right? They're students first, they're kids. Even, you know, even Sam Levitt said he was crying on the way to the game when he found out he wasn't going to be able to play. But boy, you know, talk about mental toughness, both with the coaching staff and the players to come back. Texas Tech, undefeated. Everybody was saying they were going to come in and run all over ASU. But then, like you mentioned, the tackling, the defense, they were flying all over the place. And then to have the mental toughness to come back after blowing the lead with 2 minutes left, that was amazing, too. That drive by Sam Levitt, that throw on fourth down when he could have ran for it, you're like, run, don't throw, you could throw. You know, it was just amazing to see.
And you know what it showed me too is that relationship he has with Jordan Tyson, because there was an unspoken understanding in that moment when that play broke down on exactly what the both of them needed.
Yeah, that's chemistry that develops over time, and that's trust as well.
Absolutely love it. I'm going to take a seat because I'm having fun talking sports with you here. And Mark, you have to keep standing.
Candy's here too. You know, we got a candy station. We always got treats. Yeah, Isabel's like, well, get some treats. Go ahead.
Go get some treats.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Suns we got going. I'll tell you this. Your job is a lot more fun when the teams you're covering are winning.
Right.
The Suns haven't been winning a lot, but I feel like there's at least a new energy behind the whole thing right now.
Yeah, and a new type of excitement, right? Because you got some young guys, right? You got Jordan Ott, the new head coach, who's already getting rave reviews by his players. And then it's funny because tonight is the opening night in the NBA. Suns play tomorrow when Sacramento comes to town. You got KD, Kevin Durant, and the Houston Rockets taking on OKC. So it's going to be interesting to see him because he was part of the big offseason move, right? They trade him to Houston. They bring in a boatload of guys and picks. One guy I think that's really going to make the biggest impact right away is Dylan Brooks, because that guy is a culture changer, right? You need him on that wall. You want him on that wall. You hate him when he's on the other team, but you're going to love him when he's on your team. And I think you're going to get a taste of that. And then, of course, now they're built around Devin Booker. They've got young guys. They've got the draft picks and Common Malawach. I think you have to be a little bit patient with him. He's only 19 years old. He's just a kid, but he's so big and he's so long. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do. What we will see for sure. I'm not sure how many games they'll win. Some websites are saying 25, 30 wins. I think they'll win more than that, maybe even more than last year. But they're going to hustle. Night in and night out, there's going to be effort, and that's what we didn't see last year.
If there is one thing I have learned about being a fan of teams is when you have heart and effort, you can do the unimaginable. I agree with you. I think if this team has that, and I think they do, I think they're going to shock people and win at least 5 to 10 more games than people actually think.
I love that attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to the playoffs.
Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to go.
Richard, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Always love
Judge
coming
Judy's
in.
getting them now.
Oh, is Judge Judy really getting going on that? Okay. Well, don't change over to that. Keep watching the Newsroom tour. You can watch Judy in a minute. Let's go over here into the studio. We're on the air right now. You know, because it's lit up, right? As we enter into our studio, they make these cords nice, bright, and yellow against the black background to make sure you see them, because these cameras, they're all automated. There's no one behind these for the most part. Typically, they're all robotic going around. They get controlled back in the control room, and they run on little wheels and everything. Erica Horvatine, how are you doing?
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
What's going on in the weather world? Ellen McNamara walked into the newsroom and she goes, I think it's going to rain. There's some like pretty dark clouds south of downtown. Any chance of that?
Well, it definitely is starting to look cloudy. So you can see some of those clouds out there right now that are passing through, but we're not going to be seeing any rain.
No. Okay.
No.
Right.
So we are really dry at the surface level, and our dew points are in the 30s. So with a dew point in the 30s, that means that the air near the ground is so dry that even if there were to be rain clouds overhead that started to try to drop rain, anything would evaporate. So we really need dew points to be in more so the 50s to get rain to the ground. So yeah, we're not going to fare out too well.
When we think of what Arizona's weather is, about how dry, the dry heat, all of that, is that the kind of dew point they're talking about, or is that even dry for us right now?
It's not that dry.
Yeah.
We could see dew points in the 20s and the teens. So that's where it'd be like extremely dry and we'd be talking about fire danger. There's definitely that in between though, where if you walk outside, it feels really dry out, but yeah, it can get drier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had some really humid days recently, so maybe it just feels drier in comparison.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when we were seeing those muggiest days, our dew points were in the upper 60s and 70s. So that is quite the difference from what we're even experiencing right now.
Fantastic. Temp's going to be good for a little while?
We're going to cool down, thank goodness. I mean, we hit the 90s again today.